Hi YouTube, this is my Goal Zero Yeti 1500X and it is exhibiting some very strange behavior when I'm trying to charge it from my 120 watt solar panel on the roof of my car using an Anderson power pole connector. The wattage varies wildly all over the place, and in this video I'm going to show you that. I'm also going to show you that we connected my panel to a couple light bulbs and the wattage didn't vary at all. It was pretty much constant. And then we took a friend of mine's panel and plugged it into here, and the wattage on his panel varied wildly. So the rest of this video is going to show you that kind of stuff. So here's what I see using my 120 watt solar panel. So mine's going all wacky all over the place. 27, 0, 23, 0, 23, 0. So that's what we were saying, wildly varying watts. So what we did is we hooked up a meter and got the number of amps and volts and computed the number of watts that we should be seeing. Okay, we're doing 3.5 amps, pretty constant. 21.5 volts.
That's 75 watts, so
I'm only seeing 27 over there, and it's going from 27 to 0 to 27 to 0 to 27 to 0. Then on a different day, we tested my solar panel with light bulbs for a load to see if the watts coming from my solar panel varied wildly like they seem to do when they're going into the MPPT controller of the Yeti 1500X.
It's getting a little warm. My bulb's getting a little warm.
Really?
20 volts. So that's good, but let's make sure it doesn't jump around, right?
Right. Was it the volts or the amps that jump around?
It would be both, actually.
Oh, right.
So there's your volts.
So we have 20 volts and
this
0.9 amps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this current reading might not be entirely accurate because this meter is made for measuring up to like 400 amps.
Oh.
So down at a really low reading, it's less accurate.
Yep.
But at least here we know that nothing's jumping around like it was showing there. So that tells me there's something wrong with that thing.
Okay, a couple weeks later we tried my friend's 245 watt solar panel to see if it varied wildly like my solar panel does. Okay, we now have this panel hooked up 12, 16, 0. How about we face it towards the sun?
Okay.
127, 133, 167, 32, 52, 69, 86, 105, 124. What wattage was this panel?
245.
245 watt panel. Bounces around just like my 120 watt panel up there. So the last thing that's kind of strange is on my Yeti 1000, when I plugged both the solar panel and the wall charger into the unit, I got the sum of the solar plus the wall charging amount. In this case, if I do that, I do not get any wall charging if the solar is plugged in. Okay, here's another thing that's kind of weird. Right now I'm not in the best sunlight, so I'm getting 0 or 12 watts, 0, 11 watts. And if I plug my Goal Zero Yeti 1500X into shore power, normally on my other units I would get twice the or I'd get 120 watts plus the 10 or 12 watts, but it doesn't seem like I'm getting any shore power at all. But if I unplug my solar panel, watch what happens. $120 watts, 119, 120, and that'll stay pretty consistent at 120. Let me plug the solar panel back in. goes to 0, 8, 0, 15, 13, 0. So that's very strange. If you have any thoughts on this, please let me know in the comments. I don't know what's going on, but my friend thinks the MPPT controller inside the Yeti 1500X is not working properly. And I have to agree with him.